Good morning, sir. My name is Meghnath Pawansai from ACE Department B section. I'm here to say about my concept video. Topic is about defining a function. Introduction to function. Function function in Python. A Python function is a group of code to run the code in a function. We must call the function. A function can be called from anywhere after the function is defined. Functions can return a value using a return statement. Functions are a common feature among all the program languages. Major uses of function in Python. There are three major uses of functions in Python. They are reusability, code compression, easy debugging. These are the three major uses of functions in Python. The first use of first use of function is reusability. The great thing about the functions are that they are reusable. They can be called over and over again. Functions are reusable, self-contained pieces of code that are called with a single command. They can be designed to accept arguments as input and return values, but they don't need to either. Code compression. In Python, a function in a group of related statements that perform a specific task. Function help break a program into smaller and modular chunks. As a program grows larger and larger, function make it more organized and manageable. Furthermore, it avoids repetition and makes the code reusable. Easy debugging. This function is used for easy debugging the error in your code. By this function, we can find and rectify the errors in your code, in user code. If there is no function, then there will be difficult in finding the errors in the logical program. Types of functions in Python. Python function with no argument and no return value. Built-in functions and user-defined functions. Functions with no argument and with a return value. Python function with argument and no return value. Function with argument and return value. These are the types of the functions in Python. And function definition. Function definition defines that how to define a function in the Python program. So coming to the slide, every function should start with def keyword, def keyword. Every function should have a name which is not equal to any keywords. Parameters or arguments should be written in between the parentheses. But every code, we need not have the parameters or the arguments. So this one is an optional. Every function name with or without argument should end with the colon. Colon is used, colon is used for the integration. So colon is used at the end of the function name with or without arguments. Return function is used so that it returns empty return or value return. Multi-value return can be done by using only tuples. It's only tuples. So example for using the functions in Python. This example shows that adding two numbers using the function def. So it should start with def and AB are the attributes. So this is an example for the function. Next, in function, there are four types of arguments in Python function. So there are required arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, and variable arguments. So required arguments. Number of arguments should be same in function call and function definition. Position should be followed. Example, def of display of a comma b, and this represents the function definition. This represents the function definition, and this represents the function call. Keyword arguments. Order or position is not required. Initialization is done based on the keyword name. Example. So this is the another example for the keyword arguments, and this is the example for the required arguments. Order or position is not required. Initialization is done by based on the keyword name. So in the keyword name, when we display here, it recognizes the variable. It recognizes the variable data. So when compared to required arguments, uh, it displays 10 comma 20. So here, but here b value is equal to 10 comma 20. Here it recognizes the according to the variable. And coming to the default arguments, number of arguments need not to be matched with both function call and function definition. Some of the arguments are considered as default arguments. Example, def of display of name of course, BTech. So this shows the example for the default arguments. And in default arguments, here print the name and print course. Here it shows the print of this one A, B, C, and MTech. And second, coming to second one, it shows the P, Q, R, and BTech. So here in the place of course, it updates to the BTech. It automatically updates to the BTech if it is not mentioned. So at last, coming to the variable arguments, arbitrary number of arguments by placing star as prefix to the orbit of function definition. Example, default display of courses, placing the star at the as the prefix of the attribute. So this shows the example for the variable arguments in the functions. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity.